Hi, I'm Dr. Nathan J. Culver, and I want to talk to you a little bit about something that I think is really important and so um, paramount at this time. We've been talking, I've been sharing on this theme of iRevolution, and the last I talked about the place called prayer. Today, I want to talk about the importance of purpose. The importance of purpose. Many of us um, uh, have lived our life. There's quite a few people who've lived their life in this place where they've been asking themselves the constant question, why am I here? Why am I here? What am I here for? What am I here to do? Well, I want to tell you that that God has placed you here for a specific purpose and a specific reason. Now, I want to share a little bit with you about why um, it's important to discover your purpose, why it's important to even have an inkling, understanding of your purpose, and to begin to walk down the path of the journey to identifying it. One of the things I want to say is that God does nothing without an intent, without a purpose. From the inception of your existence, from the beginning of your existence, even before anyone knew you, God uh, spoke to a young prophet, a young leader by the name of Jeremiah, and he said, "Before I formed thee, I knew thee." That means that this young man existed prior to, or God had knowledge of him before he was even physically shaped. And that same concept, that same understanding is true for you and I. That God knew us before we were created, before we were a thought, before we, in the mind of our parents, before we were a thought, before we were conceived, before our life ever began, God already knew us and He had a specific plan for our life. And God does nothing without a reason. You're not here by accident, you're not here by coincidence, but you are here by divine design. That God already had a specific thing in mind when He created you. Uh, and so I want to share a few things that I think is important for you to understand concerning purpose so that you will begin the journey to finding or discovering what your purpose in this life is. First, when we talk about purpose, we cannot talk about purpose without also talking about identity. And one of the reasons many people are not clear on their purpose is because it is Satan's job, it is our opponent's, our adversary's job to hinder us or to distract us from discovering our purpose because he understands that that will cause us to have clear identity. See, purpose can never truly be discovered or realized unless you are number one, in a relationship with God. It is hard for you to discover what your purpose is or what it is that you're specifically here to do without having a connection with the one who created you. In your connection with God, in being connected with Him, what you're going to begin to discover is who you are. As you discover who you are, you'll begin to discover what you're here for. So purpose and identity go hand in hand, but neither one of them can be made clear to us without a connection to the one who created us. So I want to encourage you, begin to develop a relationship with God. And you may say, well, how do I develop a relationship with God? Goes back to what we talked about in our last discussion. We talked about the place called prayer. And prayer is simply something we do. We just start by communicating with God. Every relationship is hinges upon a few foundational principles, and one of them is communication. And without communication, it's hard to really begin to discover anything about the one that you're connected to. And so um, there's some people who are living their life and going through tragic events. They've gone through heartbreak. They've gone through abuse. They've gone through mistreatment. They've gone through many things. And they're saying, why am I still alive? What is the purpose if I'm going through all of these tragic things? Why would God allow me to be here? Is there even a God? May even be your question because of some of the tragic things that you have experienced. But just the mere fact of your existence is proof that there is a God. And not only that there is a God, but that there is a reason why he has you here. That reason, number one, is so that you would be a vessel that can be used to answer a an issue that has existed in the earth. All of our existence and the purpose of our being here is to answer some age-old issue that exists in the earth. Our purpose answers or brings solutions to the problems of the world today. And this is why the enemy does not want us to come into a clear understanding of our purpose, because he knows that if we come into an understanding of our purpose, that we will begin to be in a position to answer some of the issues in the world today. And in answering those issues, what we do is we expand, or we bring more knowledge and more glory to our Creator God. Couple things I want to share with you that I think will be very important in helping you to understand this subject on purpose. The Bible says in John chapter 6, verse 38, it says this concerning Jesus. It says, "For this purpose was the Son of God manifest, that he might destroy the works of the enemy." That means that Jesus' existence and his coming to the earth and his being here was here to, number one, solve an issue that existed with man, and that was a sin issue. That's number one. The second thing that Jesus' purpose does is, as that was made known to him, as he was aware of his purpose and the reason for his existence, it also began to destroy Satan's work that he had begun to destroy man. See, Satan's job was to destroy man. And so Jesus came in fulfilling his purpose. He was in turn destroying the works of the enemy. And I want to tell you that your purpose is going to destroy the works of the enemy. This is why he has you bound in different addictions and different issues. And he has you at odds with your family members. He has you bound possibly in drug addiction, or he has you bound in selfishness or in pride. He has you bound in materialism, or has you bound by sexual abuse, something that happened to you when you were a child, or he has you bound in some relationship with some man or some woman, because he understands that these distractions will keep you from destroying his plans to destroy man. And so God created you. He put you here with a purpose, and that purpose was to bring glory and honor to his name. But you cannot bring glory and honor to his name without first being in a relationship with him, without second becoming aware of who you are, and thirdly being aware of your purpose in the earth. Your purpose will solve many problems that exist in the world today. But not only will your purpose solve problems, but it will also destroy the works of the enemy. His plot and his plan is to destroy you, to destroy your family, to destroy your lineage, to destroy anyone connected to you. But I've come to tell you this morning that God has a purpose for your life, and that purpose is so that you would bring him glory. That purpose is so that you would come to an awareness of who you are and the reason for your existence. Today, I want to challenge you. Go on the journey of a revolution. Find out who you are by finding out who your Creator is. In finding out who your Creator is, you come to a clear knowledge of your identity and your purpose. Live on purpose, I encourage you today.